Guilty but mentally ill. That was the verdict handed down in this courtroom just hours ago, late yesterday. It was a fitting end to one of the strangest trials Atlanta and perhaps the nation has ever seen. Invocations of angels and demons who sound like pop stars. A widow who seemed to be on trial herself. What role did she perhaps play in her husband's murder? That's a question many are asking. Tonight, we connect the dots and take you on a journey from obsession to insanity. But we start where it all began, a father and his young son and their innocent final goodbye. For Rusty Sneiderman and his son Ian, it is a routine Thursday morning, breakfast with the family. Then the short drive to drop Ian off for a morning of play at the Dunwoody Prep, a daycare center near Atlanta. But on November 18, 2010, Rusty doesn't notice that he's being followed by a man driving a silver van. And 2-year-old Ian has no way of knowing he is saying goodbye to his father for the last time. As Ian and the other children head to the playground, Rusty Sneiderman walks back to his car. The gunman opens fire. 3 shots. Another parent, Chris Lane, watches it unfold from his car just a few feet away. How far apart were the 2 men?
No more than about 6 feet, I'd say. I mean, it was pretty much point-blank range.
And then a final bullet to Rusty Sneiderman's neck, an execution in cold blood.
The barrel was either at or right at his skin when fired. There was actually soot deep into the wound from the projectile.
Assistant District Attorney Don Geary interviewed several eyewitnesses.
They thought it was a movie.
A movie?
They were actually looking around for the cameras. Because understand, in that area, that is just totally foreign.
It was almost surreal, the experience, in that there was no chaos or running or yelling or anything. He just walked back to his van, he got in his van. It looked like it was professional.
The killer escapes, leaving Rusty Sneiderman gasping for air on the pavement.
It sounded like a gunshot over here.
A cell phone video captures police and ambulances rushing to the scene.
There was a lot of blood everywhere. We knew that, it was probably some vital organs hit. There was no pulse, and he was unresponsive.
But the gunman has slipped away in traffic.
He was last seen driving westbound on Mount Vernon, so we did notify surrounding agencies,
leaving the community in shock.
The last thing you think about is dropping off your child at school and something this happened.
It's very, 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 very scary to happen.
Minutes after the shooting, the school calls Rusty's wife, Andrea, telling her there has been an accident. Andrea calls Rusty's parents, Don and Marilyn Sneiderman, and strangely, she sounded apologetic.
She said Rusty had been shot, and I'm so sorry.
How did she sound when she was telling you
She was very excited. Her voice was up a high pitch. The words came out real fast.
Did she sound panicky?
No, just really excited.
The police dismiss Andrea as a suspect. 4 days later, they still have no idea who killed Rusty or why. His brother Steve reaches out to the community, offering a reward for information.
I'm here today to speak for my brother who can't speak anymore. Our whole family has lost its brightest light, and we don't know why.
Who would have wanted to kill this outgoing young father? Did Rusty have enemies? A secret life? Maybe there's a clue hidden in his past. Rusty Sneiderman grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and graduated from Indiana University with his lifelong friend, Josh Golub.
Rusty always had a lot of friends. That goes to Rusty's personality. Rusty would leave an indelible mark on people. And a lot of people consider Rusty, their best friend. And part of that is Rusty's personality. He had a personality that always would, bring you in.
Josh was with Rusty when he met his future wife, Andrea Greenberg.
Hey, I just met this really great girl, this really cute girl. I just remember how excited he was after meeting her.
Were you surprised when he proposed marriage?
No.
No, they had lived together for 7 years. Well, they were a good team.
She presents very warm, gives you a huge embrace, and seemed very sincere. So, yeah, I had a good feeling about them.
My name is Rusty Sneiderman.
Rusty served as best man at Josh's wedding.
It is my sincere hope that your will be as filled with as much joy and love and laughter as our college apartment.
After Rusty earned an MBA at Harvard, the couple moved to the Atlanta suburbs to start a family.
And how much did Rusty love being a dad?
I've never seen him happier than being a dad. And he was a big kid at heart himself, and he just adored his kids.
He was so natural. He just naturally had the skill to connect with them, and he would sit on the floor and play with them. And you know, not everyone has that natural ability, but he really did.
At 36 years old, Rusty had a lot to be proud of. He had created a comfortable life for his family as a successful wealth manager and consultant. To their neighbors, Rusty and Andrea appeared to be a happy couple.
They were very, very friendly, wanting to fit into the neighborhood. Just really easy to talk to. Just, you know, nice people. They're the kind of people you want to be your neighbor to move in.
Rusty was thrilled when Andrea took a job at General Electric. It gave him time to develop a new business and spend more time with his son Ian and 5-year-old daughter Sophia.
They missed their mommy during the day. I don't think they argued over the fact that she was working. She always wanted to have something to do, even when she worked for Harvard. She enjoyed working.
In her new position at GE, Andrea worked closely with her new boss, Hemi Newman, a highly paid engineer who supervised 5,000 employees. Attorney Esther Panich has followed the case closely.
He was the smartest man in the room. He had an air about him of arrogance, and he knew best. It was all about Hemi.
Andrea Sneiderman caught his eye, and by November 2010, she was spending more and more days on the road with her boss. After business trips took them from Lake Tahoe to the Edinburgh Castle in Scotland, Hemi developed a deep infatuation with Andrea.
Hemi could have been obsessed with Andrea. That doesn't mean Andrea reciprocated the feelings.
She completely denies it.
But in Greenville, South Carolina, bartender Christine Oliveira thought they were more than co-workers.
To me, they looked like a couple, like a newlywed couple, like, you know, out on a date and enjoying themselves. He grabbed her rear end, pressing her to him, and she accepted. And, you know, towards the end, she kissed him. So that made him really happy. And they left kissing each other and embraced.
Back home, Rusty had no idea how intimate their secret relationship had become, or that there was a bizarre connection between the affair and an event that happened just days before he was murdered. Rusty noticed a suspicious man lurking in his backyard. He called 911.
He's running. I think he has a gun in his back pocket, and now he's running away.
In the middle of the call, Rusty paused to console his son.
I know, but I didn't get your water bottle. I'm sorry. I don't know who the hell he is, and I don't want him by my house. He was wearing a hat and earmuffs, black mustache.
Rusty was unaware that this strangely dressed man was a determined killer with a detailed plan to take his life. It was only a matter of time. 8 days later, at the Dunwoody Prep, he would be successful. Rusty Sneiderman was dead.